Hey guys, we are back for part 2 of my little haul video. So next we went to Barnes & Noble. And the main reason why I went to Barnes & Noble is because when you go to like the Starbucks at the Barnes & Noble, they always have a $5 book like that comes out either monthly or bi-monthly, however it works. And the last book that I got that Joey picked up for me was Stephen King's The Body. If you're not familiar with that, it is the book that was the inspiration for the movie Stand By Me. I mean, I think most people have seen the movie. It's kind of one of those, like, it's a classic movie. Most people, I think, have seen it. So I have seen the movie, but I had never read the book. And I finally had the opportunity, like, he bought me the book, I read it. Very, very interesting. If you want me to do, like, reviews on the books that I read, please let me know. I mean, obviously, spoiler alerts, because I'm going to get in detail about how I felt about the books. So let me know down below if that'd be something you'd be interested in. I read like 30 or 40 books last year. I'm already up to my second book so far in January for the year. So let me know if you're interested in me reviewing the books that I read. The 2 books that I've read now are out of print, but you can find them on eBay for super cheap. But if it's something you're interested in, let me know. But yeah, so they did have a new $5 book, and it's called What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. This is a USA bestseller, and it's I'll read you the back. A gripping and atmospheric reimagining of Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher, from Hugo Locus and Nubella award-winning author T. Kingfisher. I'm a friend of the usher, I say. The servant nodded gravely at the information. Would you like to come inside? Yes, I said, aware that I was lying. I did not want to go into that tired house dripping with fungus and architectural eyes. But Madeline had summoned me, and here I was. So there's some really, it's gotten great reviews. So I do like Edgar Allan Poe's work. This is a retelling of it. This is, like I said, I got it for $5 over in the little Starbucks corner. It's normally a $15 book. The front of it is very, I would say, what's what I'm looking for? It's very modern cover. Like, I've seen artwork like this previously, not just on this book cover. This is something that I've seen a lot of. It's not my idea of art, but I have seen variations of this. So I am interested in reading this. And there's other books, Nettle and Bone, What Feast at Night. So I do love getting these $5 books from Barnes & Noble, mainly because I've read books that I wouldn't normally go out of my way to read. I've found authors that I adore now that I wouldn't normally have gone looking for because they're in sections that I don't normally would have looked for. So I'm really excited for this. I'm always excited for these $5 books. I blast through them pretty quickly. So like I said, if you do want me to do a reading on how I feel about the books I read and see if it's something that you might like, let me know, because I have read quite a few books. I could do quite a few videos on them, and it's just something I do love reading. So that was the first thing. So while we were there, Joey treated me to another book. So one of my favorite things, you guys know I went to school for art. I did a minor in history, but art that's the love of my life. Art and fashion has been a part of who I am since I was little, and one of my absolute, like, one of my favorite things to talk about is art. Like, you want to, like, have a conversation with me, start talking to me about art and stuff like that, like, it brings me such joy. But anyway, one of my favorite art periods is obviously Italian Renaissance. I've talked about that. My favorite artist from that time frame is Titian, and I've mentioned this, I think, once or twice in other videos, but he is very hard to find books on. I have a book that's almost 100 years old that I got secondhand. The book is falling apart. It is so fragile at this point that it's very difficult to actually read it, so I'm very careful with it. So right before we left Barnes & Noble, they had a section of artists like Michelangelo, Leonardo, Picasso was on there, and then this, and I was so excited to find this, and this book is gorgeous. It doesn't have all of his work, but unlike the 100-year-old book, this one has colored versions of his, whereas the 100-year-old book, they're more like they're black and white, they've been printed into the book. So this is Titian. I could talk about Titian for hours. I absolutely adore him. So this talks about his studies and some of the different, he did a lot of mythology, which at the time, some people did, but it was mostly like the religious aspects. That's what artists made their money on. Again, I'm not going to go into the huge history right now because that's not what we're here for. That's something we talk about in a different time frame. But here is like Venus and Adonis. So his use of color and everything was absolutely amazing. Because back then they mixed their own colors. You couldn't just buy paint back then. You had to mix your colors. This book is beautiful. Look at it. It's gorgeous. It tells you where the pictures have come from. And the majority of the paintings in here came from the National Gallery in London, National Galleries of Scotland, and the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. So I'm definitely going to take another trip to Boston to visit that museum because I was not aware that they had a Titian exhibit. I have seen Titian's work in the Metropolitan Museum, and I think there was another one that was visiting. Anyway, Titian is my absolute favorite. I am so glad to have a more modern book on him because finding books on him are very, very hard. So I'm very excited for this. I can't wait to read this. I did thumb through it to look at the pictures and to show Joey because he's heard me talk about this previously. I've dragged him to so many different museums and talked to him. He has heard me talk to other artists about like art inspirations and stuff, and Titian's always been one of mine. So he's very familiar about his influence on me. So being able to show him the colors and that, and I told him, I was like, one day we're going to take a trip to New York and we'll go to the Metropolitan because there is a piece of his work in the Metropolitan, and I would just love to show him it because it's just such a beautiful piece, and I think he would really appreciate it. So anyway, yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, so next we went to Marshall's and I got a few things. So okay, this is gonna sound super weird maybe. So I've been obsessed. I do love my Scrub Daddy, but Scrub Daddy came out with a beach collection, the Beach Buddies. So I have the crab one, as you know. So I finally found the octopus, so all I need now is the little shark. So I gotta find him. I was so excited to find the octopus. I don't know, I love nautical, and these just bring me such joy, like better than just a regular Scrub Daddy. These work really well. I think he's super cute. Look at him. I'm so excited. And he's purple, my favorite color. So this was, how much? $4. So I think this set is actually kind of old. I don't think they make him anymore. But I do got the crab now. I have the octopus. So to complete my little set, I just need my little shark. I'm so excited for that. Oh, what else do I have in here? It wasn't too bad, but should I end it? I might have enough time to do it. Okay, we're gonna try. I don't think we have enough time. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a part 3 just because I want to talk while we're going through the other things I got. And you know me, I'm a little long-winded. So I will be right back for the next part. So I'll see you soon. Bye.